All right, so Hannah has 24 feet of fabric to make curtains. How many yards is that equivalent to? So remember, in the first box, set of boxes right here, we put yards and feet. The direction said fill in the units from the problem. What am I starting with and what am I changing it to? So look at your problem. What do we know about Hannah?
Hannah has 24 feet of fabric.
So she's got 24 feet of fabric. So what am I starting with?
24 feet.
I'm starting with feet, right?
Can we use our highlighter?
Yeah, you can use your highlighter. Colored pencils and highlighters are great tools. What's the abbreviation for feet?
FT.
FT, good. And what do they want us to change this to? Yards. What's the abbreviation for yards? YD or YDS, either one. So we're starting with feet and we're going to change it to yards. Okay? Now, in this first row, we're going to look at our star chart and fill out the information that we know. We want to look about feet and yards. We don't care about the other stuff because it's not going to help us on this row. Like, it wouldn't help me to know about miles and yards or about inches and feet on this one. I need to know about feet and yards. Look at your star chart. This is just a little snapshot picture from your star chart. We glued this in our journal. What do we know about feet and yards?
That feet is 1 foot is 12 inches and 1 yard.
Okay, hang on. What do we know about feet and yards?
That 1 yard is equal to 3 yards.
Very good. 1 yard is equal to 3 feet. That's the information that I want to fill in on my top row of my input-output table, okay? We want to put yards on the side with yards, so yards are over here. So it's 1 yard goes with how many feet? 3 feet. Okay? Remember, this left side is like our input side on an input-output table. And then the right side is our output. And the middle is our expression. What did we do to get to my output? What did you do to the input to get the output? All right, let's look at my numbers. So I have 3 on my input and 1 on my output. Did my number get bigger or did it get smaller?
Smaller.
It got smaller, so I know I need to divide. So I'm going to think 3 divided by what equals 1?
3.
Good. Anything divided by itself is 1. So we're going to divide by 3. Now on the next row, I'm going to use the information from the problem. So I have 24 feet. So the 24, is it going to go on the left side or the right side?
Left.
Good. It's going to go on the left side. It's 24 feet, so my feet go together. It's 24 feet, goes over here with the 3 feet. All right, and then we want to know how many yards. We don't know yet, but we can figure it out, can't we? So let's look at what we did here. 3 divided by 3. One of these should say input, and the other one stays the number. Remember how we made input times 3 up here? So is it 3 divided by input or input divided by 3?
Input divided by 3.
Good. Input divided by 3. Write that on there. That's a great tool. So my input is the left side, which is the 24, right? So look at what you did up here. You you got smaller, so you had to divide. You divided by 3 here, so what do you do on this one?
Divide by 3.
You got to divide by 3 again. Okay? Then you think, what is 24 divided by 3? 8. 24 divided by 3 is 8. If you know your multiplication facts, you can think what times 3 equals 24. And if you know your multiplication facts, you can think 24 divided by 3 is what?
8.
8, and that's where we got our 8 from. So 8 yards is equivalent to 24 feet. Let's look at the next one. Jacob's got a snake. Ah! What do we know about Jacob's snake? It's 3 feet long, and what do they want us to find out? They want us to figure out how many inches it is. All right, so what do we start with? What units are we starting with? We're starting with feet, and we're changing them to
Inches.
inches. So then on my next row, I'm going to look at my star chart, and I'm going to fill out my first row with my star chart. I want feet on the left and inches on the right. What do y'all know about feet and inches?
That 12 inches is a foot.
Good. 12 inches is equal to 1 foot. So I'm going to use that information in my input-output table. So I'm going to put 1 with the foot and 12 with the inches, right? And then I need to think, how could I get from 1 foot to 12 inches? From 1 to 12, is it getting bigger or smaller?
Bigger.
It's getting bigger, so what happens when you want it to get bigger? You have to multiply for it to get bigger. So I'm going to multiply times something. And I'm going to take this number over here, and I'm going to do something with it to make this number over here. So let's think, 1 times what makes 12? 1 times 12 makes 12. Anything times 1 is itself, right? So what I'm doing here is, think about input something. What am I going to do?
Times 12.
Input times 12. Input times 12. This column over here on the left side would be my what column? Input column, good. And over here on the right would be your output column. Very good. Yes.
For input, can we just write in and output?
Just go ahead and write input and output. That's a very good point. I like that you noticed that. All right. Now let's take the information that we know in our problem. What do we know about Jacob's snake? It's 3 feet. So I'm going to put the 3 on the foot side. Would that be the left side or the right side? The left side. Good. It's on the input side. So I'm going to put 3 feet over here. And then my answer is going to be the output, which is how many inches is the same as 3 feet. Now we already know we're going to take our input and multiply it times 12, right? What is my input on this row? 3. Good. So we're going to take 3 and we're going to multiply it by 12. So we're going to do 3 times 12. Think about your multiplication facts. What is 3 times 12? Awesome. 3 times 12 is 36. And there is your answer. How many inches long is Jacob's snake? 36 inches. Good job. All right. Kara's jump rope is 84 inches long. How many feet is her jump rope? I want you to go ahead and fill in this table on the left and work it out. Go ahead and fill out this first row. And then we'll check them together. Y'all raise your hands when you're done with just that one row. No, it doesn't have to. It can. This one doesn't start with 1. You're going to always have a 1 on the first row today. Maybe not always. Okay, what unit are we starting with? Inches. And what unit are we changing it to? Feet. Everybody with me on that?
Yes.
Give me a show of your thumbs on if you got it. Thumbs up. You're kind of getting close, sideways, or I need to see several more examples. All right, good. We're going to do some more examples together. All right. So I want inches here and feet here. Look at your star chart and see what you know about inches and feet. Who wants to share with me what you know about inches and feet? Ellis?
1 foot is 12 inches.
Very good. 1 foot. So I'm going to put a 1 on the foot side. Is 12 inches. I'm going to put a 12 on the inch side. One foot equals 12 inches. So I'm going to put foot on the foot side, inches on the inches side. Then it's 1 foot to 12 inches. Or 12 inches to 1 foot. All right. Now we're going to use the information from the table. What do they give us? What do they start with? Good. Her jump rope is 84 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and write 84 inches. And then they want us to change it to feet, don't they? This is how many feet is her jump rope. All right, so then we're trying to figure out 84 inches is how many feet? Well, let's look back at my first row. 12 inches to 1 foot. From 12 to 1, does it get bigger or smaller?
Smaller.
So if it gets smaller, what do you have to do?
Divide.
Good. And I'm going to take 12 and do something to it to get 1. So I'm going to do 12 divided by...
12.
Good. So that's input divided by 12 equals our output. So then I'm going to take 84 and I'm going to divide it by 12. Y'all with me?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, how am I going to work this out?
84 divided by 12.
84 divided by 12. Now, we don't do a whole lot of dividing by 2-digit numbers in 4th grade, but we should know our multiplication facts. Very good. 84 divided by 12 is 7. So you're going to put a 7 up here, and then you can multiply. Does McDonald's sell cheeseburgers?
Yes.
Seven goes, 12 goes into 84 7 times. Then you're going to multiply. 7 times 12 is
84.
Then you're going to subtract. 84 minus 84 is, check it. Is 0 smaller than 12?
Yes.
And is there anything to bring down? Ooh, no. Alright, so 7 is the quotient for 84 divided by 12. So 84 inches is 7 feet. How do y'all feel about that? Good job. Go ahead and do the next one on your own. This one's a little trickier. It's using miles. You can do it. Look at what unit you're starting with and what unit you're ending with, and then work it out. Use the information on your chart.